Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing kind of like a compare book to movie of Daisy Jones and the Six by the book is by Taylor Jenkins Reid. So I'm gonna just say what it's about first and then my feelings. So this is about a band. It starts with four brothers, and then they add a couple members, and it becomes a band of six. And then Daisy Jones is the woman that kind of later on they pick up, and then it becomes Daisy Jones and the Six. This book is very much inspired by the band Fleetwood Mac. And I feel like a lot of the issues that are expressed in this book are very coded in that. So that is kind of the basics of the book. Now, I did not think the book was I think I give the book 3 stars. I would give the TV show like a 4. Like, it's 1 star more, and there's a couple of reasons why, and I think it's the way that they wrote the characters. This is a book full of unlikable characters to the point where it's like by the end you're like, thank goodness they broke up type of thing. Um Minus a couple of characters that we will talk about. But at the end of the day, what the TV show really did was show a lot of the things that the book was telling. And I think that's what improved the story so much. And if you hear like anything about Fleetwood Mac and their story, a lot of the story is really told through their live performances when they were doing hold on guys. What's the name of that? Rumors. Their Rumors tour gives you a lot of the story of what was happening in that band during that time period. So instead of it being, we have the album Aurora is their big album, and a lot of the story between Billy and Daisy is told through that album, the making of that album, and the live performances. So a lot of this, reading it, is kind of taken away from the experience of watching it. Now, a lot of people do say, like, if you listen to this story, it's like an interview. But with it having a show, I would suggest the show. I wouldn't suggest the book. I kind of only did this one. I went to Target. It was 20% off. I was like, okay, I'll pick it up. I like the show. I'll see about the book. And I'm just not. I was. I'm like a little afraid of Evelyn Hugo becoming a show because I'm like, it might take away from the book, but I don't think I'm going to reread the book. Evelyn Hugo to me is still top tier Taylor Jenkins Reid so far out of everything I've read of hers. And I read Carrie Soto, Evelyn Hugo, and Daisy Jones. So about her 3 main ones, and then maybe Malibu Rising might be in that, but probably not gonna read that after this experience. But I so a couple of the characters you're probably gonna fall in love with is Camilla. She is Billy's first love and his wife throughout the whole thing. My problem with their love story is there's like a part of me that feels like Camilla was only with him to escape her small town life. And if if you read it like that, like if you read the whole book or watch the show and take that in consideration the whole time, it's like you can kind of understand why Billy falls for Daisy. And at the end of the show, a little bit of spoiler warning, they do end up together. Daisy and Billy do end up together at the end. Where in this, they kind of leave it as, he loved Camilla and would only be with Camilla. Um, and then I really liked his brothers. I think his brothers were good guys that I think, had to deal with Billy. And I think they really stuck to Camilla's side. And I really think they were good guys. But it just, there wasn't enough of them to improve the story. And with Graham sleeping with Karen, like, that just did not do it for me. That storyline, minus the fact that, to me, I think Daisy is supposed to be a little bit of more of a Stevie Nicks, but I think in a way Karen is more of the Stevie Nicks character based off of like things I know about. So they had like two women kind of like holding kind of down the same road, road, unless you say Karen's like a Joan Jett kind of character and like a little bit more on the punky side and stuff like that. That could be a possibility. They were kind of all out at the same time. So you could kind of say that, I guess. It's a fake band. Taylor Jenkins Reid probably did not just take from one band's perspective creating her characters. I hardly doubt it. Billy gave me a lot of just Fleetwood Mac in general, and I kind of got some ABBA vibes too. So it's like she just took like bands from that time period, and sorry guys, and made like a band itself. So, and I just, the drug rehab, like Billy going through all that was really well done. We don't get to see Daisy's journey. I don't think we really need to. We kind of have an idea by the time we get to the end of the book, what that journey was probably like, but I don't think, like, I think you're supposed to be sympathetic to Daisy, especially with her, like, loving Billy, and then it's like, well, I want you with Billy because I feel like you guys belong together. And that's kind of the vibe that they do the whole time. Like, and the show shows it a lot better than the book does. The book is fine. I think the book is such a good platform for this type of show where it really does feel like we're watching a documentary of their lives. And, like, if you read the book or seen the show, like, you kind of know what direction, like it takes towards the end. And you find out the twist, which I'm going to try not to spoil. But it just, I didn't feel for these characters. And I think you're supposed to. Like, I think you're supposed to feel for Graham at one point. Like, you're supposed to feel for Billy. You're supposed to feel for Daisy. My other favorite character is Simone, and I loved her in the book, and I love her in the show. She is such a grounding force for Daisy. And her relationship is shown more in the show than it is in the book. But that was really, really cute. I really did like her relationship. But, yeah, no, do I regret reading it? No, it was fine. I'm done. I get to move on to something else, but I just wish that I got to see I got to build that sympathy with these characters in the book. I'm glad, like, whoever got this script and created it got a chance to redeem these characters. And I feel like the same way as I did with Firefly Lane, where you have horrible character, like you have a horrible character and the TV show like redeems them. And I think that's exactly what this TV show did for like Daisy Jones and the Six, is redeem them. And I am like, I'm excited if they make a Carrie Soto, because I in all honesty, like, Evelyn and Hugo's like relationship was perfect at the end, but Carrie Soto and like that was really well done too. So I'm hoping they do something with that. I've heard rumors about Evelyn and Hugo, but we haven't seen anything yet. But anyways, like and subscribe. I am here on Thursdays and Sundays. Thursday for other media, Sundays for books. And I will see you in a video coming real soon. Bye, guys.